Last night, the Los Angeles Lakers won the NBA championship, and Anthony Davis got his first ever NBA ring. And I thought it'd be interesting to see what is better in today's NBA. Players who have won an NBA championship or players that haven't. So that is exactly what we have done. On the Los Angeles Lakers, since they just won last night, I have the best players in the NBA that have won a championship. And on the Miami Heat, since they lost last night, I have the best players in the NBA that haven't won a championship. So we're going to start off here with our team of players that have won rings. And of course, we got LeBron James up on top. We got Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, Kevin Love, Serge Ibaka, OG Anunoby, Draymond Green, and Dwight Howard. So in terms of how I picked the players for this team, it was literally just the highest overall players that had rings in the game. Going over to our team that have not won rings yet, starting off, we got Giannis Antetokounmpo. His brother did get a ring last night though. We got James Harden, Luka Doncic, Damian Lillard, Joel Embiid, Paul George, Nikola Jokic, Karl Anthony Towns, Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler, Chris Paul, Donovan Mitchell, Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, and Trae Young. So this team, a lot more well-rounded. All right, so I have the two teams in the NBA Finals now, and we're going to be seeing which team would win in a best-of-7 series, players with rings or players without rings. And let's just hop into game number one here. Game number one was a bit of a blowout for the players with no rings. They're up by 17 points here, 3 minutes left. At the beginning of the game was a little closer, but in the second half, the team with no rings just dummied the team with rings. Here's Damian Lillard from three, Jokic with the board and the perfect release. Game number two, a bit of the same situation as game one. Miami winning by quite a bit here. It wasn't as big of a victory, as big of a gap, but still up by 12 points with 30 seconds left. Really no chance of the Lakers coming back here. So it looks like so far no rings looking quite a bit better. Game number three is a lot closer here. Lakers going to be up by 3 points with a possibility to get their first win in this series. They do have the home court advantage here, which is huge for them. Damian Lillard with the ball. Giannis to Luka, and Luka drains the three to tie the game up. It's weird seeing a lot of these players in different jerseys. Steph Curry gonna drain a three. Yeah, I hate these 2K simulations because they call way too many timeouts. Like, they call timeouts after every single bucket, which is unnecessary, and then they don't have timeouts left at the final 30 seconds of the game when they actually need it. I hope this is fixed in next gen. I'm so excited for next gen. Here's Giannis inside and one. And Giannis is going to drain the free throw. So we're all tied up again. Kawhi Leonard, nice little floater there. He's going to drain that. And see, they call a timeout here. Why? Embiid going to pass to Giannis with a big dunk, tying up the game again. We're just going back and forth here. Klay Thompson going to pop the three. Good D by Harden, though. And here's Harden from three, wide open, but he bricks it. Here's Curry from three now, and Curry is not gonna miss. Finally, we get a bucket to fall. Harden with the ball again, inside. That's a great D by AD, though. Lakers just gonna hold on to the ball for a sec. Curry wide open from three, though, and he's just not missing. Not at this point in the game. He is way too clutch. Harden to Giannis. Put a great D there by Kawhi. Lakers might as well just slow it down here. No need to force up any shots. And there he is in the corner. A green bean. Stephen Curry going off. And it's looking like the Lakers are going to get their first win of the series. And let's see if they can keep on winning. Game number four, unfortunately, wasn't as close as the last one. Miami going to have the 11-point lead. And they are going to take the 3-1 series lead. So far, players with no rings looking quite a bit better than the players with rings. I thought with the addition of Anthony Davis, the players with rings would have a very good chance at winning, but that is not the case at all. So Miami only needs one more win and they're going to take this series. Game number 5, and the Lakers have a blowout victory here. This is on the road as well. So they're going to put up another game and continue this series. But let's see if they can come back from this 3-1 deficit. And game number 6 is a blowout by Miami. It's weird how much these series changed. Like the Miami would blow out the Lakers. Lakers would get a close win, then the Lakers blew out Miami. And now Miami going back to blowing out the Lakers. Unfortunately, we didn't have any more closer games. But I think the biggest reason why Miami won by so much was because they just had a lot more depth in their team. The players that won rings, it's been the same guys for like the past 10 years. We'll see who ends up winning Finals MVP though. It's probably going to go to either Giannis or James Harden. They're the 2 highest rated players on the team, and it usually goes to the highest or second highest rated player. So Giannis does end up getting Finals MVP. He averaged 21 points per game, 10 rebounds, 5.8 assists. I'm surprised the assists were so high. And then I'll actually go ahead. So the players with no rings won, so that means they all have rings now, so they would be on the other team if we did this again. But let's check out each game and see how everybody did in each of the games. Starting off in game number 1, Miami Heat with the blowout victory in this one. And it was kind of all around scoring for everybody on the offensive end. Nobody putting up crazy numbers or anything. And for the Lakers, nobody scored over 20 points. Game number 2, both Joel Embiid and Paul George with over 20 points. Giannis with a double-double, nearly getting the triple-double. He's been throwing a lot of assists throughout this series. And for the Lakers, AD and Kawhi both putting up over 20 points. Doing a little better this game. Still weren't able to get the W. Game number 3, we had Giannis and James Harden both scoring over 20. Giannis with that double-double, again getting close to a triple-double. And for the Lakers did win this one, and it was because Steph Curry and Kawhi both having big games with 27 points. Game 4, this one was a little closer. Lakers not losing by much here. It was a high-scoring game. Kawhi, AD, and LeBron all dropping over 20 points. And for the Heat, Joel Embiid and James Harden both dropping 30. Game number 5 for the Lakers, Durant and LeBron were both with over 20 points. And for the Heat, not much scoring here. As you can see, they did lose this game. Giannis, the top scorer, with only 22 points. And then finally, game number 6, our final game. LeBron did all he could to try to keep his team in the series. 32 points, 14 assists. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough. James Harden dropping 33 this game. So according to 2K, facing off the best players with rings versus the best players with no rings. No rings are just a little bit better right now. This might change in the future if we got some different teams winning rings in the future, but that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. This has been your boy Smequle, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and